your Chemistry Diva here, live in the studio with Informa's video blog series called What's In? Join me.
It's trending news from the cutting edge. What's up? What's new?
What's in?
With the Diva.
The Chemistry Diva.
So, Andre, a lot of our clients are asking us, what's the difference between native and web apps? Can you share a little bit with us on that?
A lot of companies try to use this solution by doing web apps in HTML5 in hopes to sort of build cross-platform solutions that allow you to just develop once and deploy anywhere. Mm-hmm. For example, native apps just are more responsive because you're programming directly into a device's components. Let's take, for example, the accelerometer in a device. This is the ability to detect motion when you tilt a device. If you're using the device itself and in its native language, you can program directly into the accelerometer. You can program directly into the graphics chip and manipulate pixels on the screen from the chip.
So are you saying a native app, not in all cases, but in many, is preferable over a web app?
HTML5 is another tool that should be used wisely. You can get away with doing a whole application in HTML5, but what do you do when you want to use Bluetooth? You want to use some motion detection. Maybe you want to use different components that the device has that you can't do, just by using HTML5.
Sure.
What's going to happen when you want to manipulate files in the folder structure in the device? You can't do it. Along with the fact that maybe an application, HTML5 based app, can't launch media on the device. Well, these days devices are media rich. You want to access a user's photos, a user's movies, and things like that. It's tough. You can't get around some native programming, and that requires you to understand build a better architecture for your app. And in order for you to do that, you can't ignore the native components. You also don't want to ignore the HTML5. I'm not saying that it's something that you shouldn't use, but it needs to be used wisely. It's not a replacement for native apps. Let's say you had a website, and if your argument was that HTML would replace an app, you would have to look at on the computer. Would HTML replace an operating system? Could you envision just running your computer by just browsing a website? You would automatically say no, but how am I I don't want to edit my documents in a browser. I'd rather open up Office. And why? Because the native experience is better than the web experience. Sure, you can edit by going to Google Docs. We know that we can edit files in the web, but who wants to edit in Google Docs when you have Office?
Right.
So in order to build these solutions and build them well, you really need to ask yourself, is HTML5 the best way to go for this application? It's like a religious battle because games have been trying to solve the same situation. Mm-hmm. Can we just deliver games in HTML5 and skip the native platform? But then what do you do when you have native tools that you want to take advantage of, like Gaming Center, or maybe two people are not online, and
you still want to have a competition, or
you want to have a competition. iOS devices have this Bonjour network that can network with another device without really being online, there's different things that you can do, and if you incorporate these components in your application, now you can come up with totally new ideas.
Sure.
And that's a wrap. Your Chemistry Diva signing off for now. Be sure to stay connected with What's In at informatp.com.